A very good day to you and welcome to Herman Manyora's YouTube channel. My name is Jedel Kabiro. My conversation for today is all about what we're seeing in the country, a lot of unrest. We're looking at Kenyans thinking on Tuesday or on Thursday, will these things continue to be as they are? Prof, there is division amongst Kenyans. Some say the Gen Z are making people not go to work. Some are telling me, you know, Jad, we live from hand to mouth. This thing continues with the Gen Z. I'm unable to feed my family. When you look at Kenyans speaking this way, and then you look at this other side of the Gen Zs who are saying, this is for our future. We want better governance. What do you make of these Kenyans who are against what Gen Zs are calling a time for change?
You know, it is true that the Gen Zs don't have to do much to stop things. You'll be a very crazy person to plan your normal day on Tuesday or Thursday. You remember we were going to cover an event. By the way, our viewers should know we cover events, live streaming on Facebook, on YouTube. Provide public address systems. You can even MC. So when you were going for the last one on 20, was it 20? We left here on 25th.
25th.
Which was a Thursday, if I'm not wrong. The event was on Friday, 26th. At Lovely Garden. What time did we leave here?
Around 4 a.m.
4 a.m. Why?
Yeah?
Why? Because it was
It
was
was
the
on a Thursday.
That's what I'm talking about. So people have reason to be worried and to be apprehensive. As to whether the Gen Zs are wrong or whether those who are blaming the Gen Zs are right, that's a different story. Always. Whenever change is being fought for, when people are fighting for change, it is not the majority that do it. It's a handful of people that do it, just a handful of people. Change has never been a very popular thing with people. By the time everybody comes out for change, a lot of other stuff has happened. And things are so bad that the crowds now join it. But change in school, I remember we used to be punished in school. We were suspended. Some were expelled. I was expelled, I think, or things like that.
Yeah.
You read it in my memoirs, okay?
Because you wanted change.
Because during our days, first you had porridge, and instead of sugar, they would put salt. So we fought for those things. And some people were suspended, expelled, canned, and all those. We used to be canned those days. Lunch, githeri, throughout the country, almost every school. Nothing wrong with githeri. Very nutritious. But what you see is a rumor of a bean here and there. Just a rumor. It's only the color that has changed to show you the water is colored because of brown. And then maize and a sprinkling. But what is dominant, apart from the soup, what is predominant are weevils. Are they called weevils?
Yes.
Where I went to Nyaruru in Kikuyu land, these days it's called Rumo High School. In my days it was Tifos High School. So I call it Mbosha or what? Mbosha or something. The weevil, you don't? Kikuyus will know what I mean.
Yeah.
So we fought for that. We got suspended. We got canned. We got expelled. But finally, the porridge was even removed. They brought tea with bread. But people were suspended. People were expelled. People were canned. Finally, the githeri looked like githeri. You wouldn't trace even one bosha or weevil. It's not there. That's how change happens. Not everybody celebrates change because people are comfortable the way they are. University students used to be very active and they helped to bring about change in this country. But it was not every student. It is a handful of them. In fact, we go to a very stupid level where the question used to be, we unaenda kuraya to university, maliza masomo yako uende. Then I asked somebody, that's in the 80s, I asked somebody, wanafunzi wamaliza waende, because the students used to report to the chief when they have been expelled. So the chief will take his time. He will come swaggering about midday and they were there. They were supposed to be there at 6. So the chief will come now, a very important man, because he must sign every Friday or everything like that.
Yes.
So they were gathered and somebody was addressing them, the DO, I think, as we were waiting for the chief. I had some other. So I asked the people who are blaming these students, you are telling them to finish and go. Let me put it to you. They will finish and go. But not long from now, they will finish and go, but there will be nothing for them to do in this country. There will be no job for them. Remember at that time, you got your employment letter before you left campus. Yes. If you had done education, you got your posting to a school before you left university. Those who had done Bachelor of Arts got posted as assistant secretaries in ministries before you collect your letters before you leave. I told them, you are telling the students not to question things. I'm not supporting riots, but you are saying they should just concentrate on your studies and leave. Soon they will leave, but there will be nothing. I met a guy a few years ago who told me, Manyora, how could you see this far? I have 3 children in the house. One of them has been in the house for 12 years.
Oh.
No job with a degree. When you said this thing, you and I were young people. And we thought you were dreaming. So even those who are blaming Gen Z today, they are justified to blame Gen Z. But the benefits of the questioning the young men and women, and this benefit, we will all feel it.
But the question is, why would...
There will be a benefit. Sometimes we'll look back and say, kama si hawa watoto kweli, tuko hivi kweli. Yeah.
Even some are happy that there are some CSS who didn't come back. They're like, at least someone did not come back.
Yeah. There are always gains. That's what I'm saying. However adamant, however oppressive a regime is, and a regime doesn't mean to be at national level, even in a school, even in a company, even in a parastatal. There are always regimes, there are systems. However bad they are, when you shake them a bit, matunda inaanguka kidogo.
I was listening.
Hata miti ikiwa kubwa, hata Moi, wakati walitingisha Moi hivi, matunda ilianguka chini. Na ndio tunaikula mpaka saa hii. Kwa hivyo Ruto akitingishwa na Gen Z, wacha Gen Z, tingisheni Ruto sana, tingisha Ruto, lakini msitingishe anguke ama miti yanguke, tingisha tu matunda yanguke. Shake this government, fruits down. I support Gen Z because if we all sleep, we shall have no country tomorrow. You will wake up to find there's no country. So which is better? We shake the country a bit for the fruits to fall down. For the ministers now, these ministers who are sworn in, I don't think they'll work the way the previous ministers worked. And a minister who could not have created even one job in his ministry, take it from me, they will create 5,000 jobs in their ministry. And this Gen Z will benefit. I know about change. I've been where change is, I know. I have paid for it. When my book comes out, people will see. When people see me like this, I look at them and say, do they know where I would be if I didn't pay for fighting for what is good in this country, in the places where I was. This war is never popular with everybody, but everybody benefits. The only thing I urge our young men and women to have a sense of moderation with the things they do. Because you do not destroy the platform. You need that platform. You don't destroy it. We must fight in such a way we benefit maximally without destroying the country. That's for Gen Zs. And for the government, I tell them, please, for the sake of all of us, don't be intransigent. Don't be obstinate. Where something ought to be done, please do it. Start with those things that will cost you nothing. I'm asking the president, do those things that will cost you nothing. There are things that will not cost you financially, they will not cost you socially, they will not cost you politically. Do those ones first. Then you step up kidogo. Those that have a political price. Kidogo. Those that have financial implications, as we go up. But let us be seen to be doing something. So that as the boys and girls are fighting, we are also doing things. Then it's a win-win situation.
You remind me of what you said at Spice, and you're talking about if you're brought to power by some forces.
Yes.
One, you want to be re-elected, you want to stay in power.
Yes,
you have to play ball because you can't even double-cross them.
Yes.
Do you think this is the situation with Ruto, that these small little lying fruits, he's unable to pick them?
Yeah, if you are not careful. And I refer them to this man name, I don't know how to pronounce. Is it Edagon or what? This guy of Turkey. Yes. He knows how to play with them. Unakuja anakukaribisha, ukifika karibu sana anasonga nyuma. Wewe unaanguka chini. Ama anakuambia lakini hapo tulisikizana, but for now, hey no. Let us change the game. That I admire that guy. He's fitting squarely into Europe. He's even calling them their bluff once in a while. That is how to go in the current world, where if you make a major departure, you could be toppled, you could be killed. People have rumored somebody south here was killed because of that. So you need to balance, and that's why I'm giving him the benefit. I'm telling them, start with the low-lying fruits. Do those things which cannot even offend the World Bank, IMF, things which cannot offend the globalists, GMO people, find a way of doing it, playing around with them, kidogo kidogo, so that the interest of the country should always come first. But it's a delicate balancing act.
Okay. Then I would want to know, as we're wrapping up, are people angry enough? I was talking to someone who was saying, you see, just looking at Gen Zs coming out, why aren't people of different generations coming out? Does this mean bado tuko na chakula kwa tumbo? That's why not everyone is going out.
You know me now, if you see me, sometimes even at the university, when I look people talking, I look at them, I laugh. Do they know who I was when I was young? Do they know what I have done in my earlier days when I was called Manyora? Do they really know?
Miguna.
They don't know. So as we age, we lose a bit of the fire in us. You become more cautious. You give up on certain things. You say, I've done my bit. This can't work. So that is a natural process that the older people tend to be conservative. They have lived with situations so much. Those situations have created their comfort zone. And few of us will want to leave our comfort zone. But finally, and more importantly, change is always brought about by young people. So what Gen Zs are doing is not new.
You did it at your time.
Yeah, we did it our time in our own small way. It is what has brought changes in the Arab world. It is what is those people in the streets in Bangladesh. Did you see old people there? No. See, those were boys. You see Venezuela, for example. Those people who are demonstrating, are they old people? No. It is always young people. They have the energy. They are reckless. You need some degree of madness. You need some degree of recklessness. For example, if you go in the streets of Nairobi, and you know you can be killed, you think an old man can consciously go there? You need to be a young man with a certain degree of recklessness to go in the streets knowing you can pick a bullet. I don't know whether you get what I'm saying. So it's not a surprise, no wonder that it's young people. But again, you must understand, who are feeling the pinch of this bad economy?
Young, unemployed young people.
Imagine you go to university, you've watched your parents sell items in the house. They have sold animals when you are going from one. That good cow was sold, you saw it. They have sold trees at home, cut trees to take you to Form 3. They have cut a piece of their land to take you to Form 1, to university. 5 years ago, they sold a piece of the land to take your older sister to university. And so on, and all of you have no job. And now your parents live on an eighth of an acre out of the 10 acres they had. Because they have been selling this land and everything they had to take you to school. And here you are, mnangeja kwa nyumba.
Like your friend, not one, not two, three of them.
Yes, in the house. And I wonder if I have children who don't have jobs. I'm not saying I'm important. But surely how many people know me in this country? I have children, you know it. I have 3, 4 children with education. They don't have a job. How about people who are not like me? So that the situation is hitting the young people more than it is hitting the old people. They feel it. But much more critically is that it is about future. And when you talk about future, is it my future? Do I have a future myself? What future am I? I'm finished, I'm gone. The future is yours. So if somebody has to fight for future, it can only be you. It can't be me. And we are also dying from shame. People, we know we are the ones who have destroyed this country. It is my age mates who have destroyed this country. Do you think they can change it? No. They are the ones who have benefited from the rot in this country. It is my age mates who have sold this country to foreigners. It is my age mates who are dying from shame. They know the houses they are living in. They stole from dying mothers and dying children. They know it. Such a people cannot be trusted or relied upon to bring about change. So change can only come from your generation, not my generation.
Let's wrap it up at that. I think this conversation is for both Gen Zs to appreciate the effort our elders did make, and also for those who do not understand why Gen Zs are doing what they're doing. Leave a comment down below. I appreciate the comments. Sometimes I saw a comment about what you were talking about Uganda. Yes. Some Ugandans told us that we need to be careful. Things happened there. They were talking in our comment section.
Let me tell you something, just before you close. In 1982, we were somewhere, we were young people used to drink alcohol. And then, we used to drink until even morning. So around midnight, and I was supposed to travel to Nairobi. God can save somebody. I was coming for an interview, and for some reason I chose not to come. I would have tried by then OTC. There will be OTC. Ningefika usiku saa hiyo kilikuwa kimenuka on August 1st. Maybe I would have died that time. So here we are. Then we hear what happened. Serikali polisi, the one I've never forgotten. Polisi wakae kama raia. Polisi wakae kama raia. At that time around 1982, Amin had left Uganda in 1979. In the coup that chased him away. Him, we came in 1971. Surprisingly, there was a relative peace during Amin's time than after he went. Because there's now an exodus of Ugandans to Kenya. So almost every barmaid was a Ugandan girl. In towns, that was Kakamega. Towns around Uganda, Kakamega, Bungoma, Kisumu, and the rest. The story of how they were kneeling for people and breaking homes is another day. And the fact that here we had barmaids opening your beer and speaking better English than you. Yeah. Uganda was a very good country.
Yes.
The point I'm trying to make is, these Ugandans told us something I've never forgotten. That 1 hour when the coup was still on. Mutakiona kile mmekuwa mkitafuta. You will now see what you have been looking for as Kenyans. We've been there, and now you are following us there. You will see. I have never forgotten. And that's why whoever has the responsibility of doing something to avoid situations like those in this country, all of us, in my own way, what I'm saying now is about it. I'm warning our leaders. And that's my role I'm playing. I have no other role. I have no other capacity. But to advise our leaders and even to warn them, please don't lead Kenya to such a dangerous zones.